Hey, Internet. Welcome back to Same-ish Different Day, the podcast where we continue the march into madness. I'm Raza Malik, and I'm joined with my Amazeballs co-host, Bailey Nargang. Also featuring the lovely Wine Mom, the arbiter of everything TikTok and YouTube.
Hey, it's Wine Mom.
Bailey here. Gotta drop that reminder that you can find this show on any streaming service you use. Remember to leave a sassy review, and you want to bash us or our opinions generally? Well, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and maybe some other places in the future.
I join these guys weekly to keep their egos in check as we break down complex social issues and talk about why your kids shouldn't be watching family vloggers.
We talk about real-ish on a real level. Ain't got time for the Twitters? Don't worry, we have collectively wasted our existence combing the internet for you.
Also, before these two get carried away, don't be shy. Join our Discord for the inside scoop. You can also support us on Patreon, where you can work your way up our very own class system. And don't worry, it's pay to win.
So welcome back to another episode of Same Shit, Different Day, where we try not to rip each other's heads off.
Let's get it.
My therapist told me to start destroying things that make me or that give me anxiety and make me sad, and was like, okay, that's easy. It's just one person. How do I do it better?
Poor Bailey.
You gotta go back and be like, so I've been bullying my best friend for 2 weeks. I really feel better about myself. Thank you so much.
God.
So, what's up, internets? Welcome to Same-ish Different Day, the podcast with a name that we can't say anymore. So, this week we wanted to talk about something that everyone and your mom has heard about, that Netflix is no longer the big giant that they said they were. Or maybe the House of Cards just came a tumbling down, as many predicted, such as Raza. So, is Netflix its own is Netflix's downfall its own fault? And if so, right, what do we think the factors are that made them not so hot, that made them fall off and become wash? Was it the hiking up of the sub prices, putting ads, limited content? Maybe it's just not good movies, right? Or could we be overthinking it? Is it because of simply competition? Now that there's a million other options, they're just not keeping up so much. So for context, the big news of the day was their stock crashed a whole 35%. So that's, when you're talking Netflix, when you're talking $10 billion, 35% of $10 billion is too much money for my brain to calculate, even though it should be easy. So when we're talking about this, we're not professionals, and I'm just looking for your two personal takes, because we're always making the hot takes on the entertainment world. So,
Yes.
Raza, I know you're a sassy fuck on Twitter. Can you tell me why Twitter collapsed? Well, we know why Twitter collapsed because Elon bought it, but why
Damn you!
why is Netflix going down, Raza?
Well, I think it's because of the pricing and stuff like that, and also like other things that defeat the purpose of having on-demand service, like having ads in on their platform, and also like because it's getting more expensive, and inflation is becoming a thing. People may not be able to afford these expensive uh subscriptions, and then on top of that is just like I think uh with the pandemic winding down, people aren't home as much, so they have found other sources of entertainment, uh and that's essentially why Netflix isn't on top anymore.
Okay, you're sure it's not because they canceled Bright 2, the movie?
Okay, Bright 1 was good, though. Let me just put that out there.
I forgot about that movie.
It was good. Don't let Bailey talk shit. It was good.
It was okay.
It was good. It was good.
Okay.
It was another
It was
like
good.
it's
It
kind
was
of
good.
made cops look good, you know. So
But
Okay,
Will
why you
Smith
gotta
was in
be a
it.
poop? It's not about the cop aspect. It's about the character aspect. It was good.
Is the
Anyways,
character
carry
defined
on.
by being a cop? But
Ignore Bailey. Carry on.
The concept
no,
was
so
cool though.
give us the wine mom take. I want to hear like the grounded, not so stock price answer of why you think Netflix is flopping.
Well, I think it's a combination of a multitude of things, sadly. I think it has to do with the fact that Roz is right with the pandemic. First of all, COVID's not over, everyone. Let me just get that clear. But with the fact that a lot of people are going back to work, yeah, you're not using Netflix as much. So a lot of people are consolidating their expenses, and that's probably one of the first ones to go because a lot of people just share with their friends. They're like, well, I can just share Timmy's Netflix, so like, why bother? I mean, and not to mention the internet is the internet, so it's not like you need a subscription service. But I think the biggest downfall of Netflix is the court of public opinion. Because
Yes.
that's always going to be the thing that downfalls it because originally when I heard that Netflix was going to up their subscription price for accounts with multiple logins, I was like, I guess my guy was like, that's fine, whatever. I figured that was going to happen at some point anyways. And like Netflix subscriptions are relatively cheap and it's fine, whatever. But then people online started to bring up good points that I didn't even think about. Like the fact that, yeah, there's barely any original content on there. And a lot of the stuff is like things that people have watched already. We don't want to keep rewatching. They keep adding and removing things that don't make sense. Um, and again, like with canceling of shows that people are looking forward to watching or hoping for a second season, and Netflix is canceling them, or they're giving priority to certain things that people don't necessarily give a fuck about, which is a big one. Um, and like with all of that stuff, I was still kind of like, I mean, it's only fair that they up the price because, like, with the economy and they have people they got to pay and whatever. But I think what's going to be their ultimate downfall is if they genuinely plan on putting ads in between shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is extremely redundant. It's egregious. It's just horrible behavior. It's insulting. You're offering a service for a paid price and then you think that putting ads on top of it is going to be fair. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's going.
really money grabby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's going full circle as well because like we got rid of cable because Netflix had all that on demand stuff. Like it
Right.
was all at our fingertips. But now Netflix is going the way of cable now because now
Right.
what are we going to do after that?
Well, because this is the
Essentially.
thing. With all due respect, I can pay
Mhm.
$0 and maybe see one ad and get to watch what I want to watch for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
And
power of the internet. So it's like you're just going to ruin it for yourself. I mean, there is the convenience of Netflix. Like, don't get me wrong, I will be sad to not have Netflix if that should happen. I mean, I have a joint login with my mom, so if I should lose it because my mom doesn't want it anymore, like that'll be upsetting because I like the convenience of because again, I'm a technology person, so like you guys know I'm all about multi-platform and that's why I have an iPhone and a Mac and an iPad because I like the multi-platform like the way things work together. So, um just intuitively I would be upset to lose that, right? Because it's just so easy to like turn on my smart TV, press the Netflix button, and go right to Netflix to see what I want to see, right? That's
Um.
really the big
well,
worry.
wine mom, that's why you should be using Apple TV.
Oh,
No.
fuck, here we go. Why?
But so it's like you've said, wine mom. I feel that Netflix was designed to fail because they didn't adapt to the market. When there was
Bingo.
a blockbuster renting VHSs, they just rented as many fucking VHSs as possible. Then Netflix
Yeah.
came around, and rather than build infrastructure and consider the future, they just started streaming as many fucking shows as possible. But that
Yeah.
clearly was not a functional business model as soon as you start to have other people come into the market doing the exact same thing.
And
Which
and
you're
also,
right.
yeah, and
Go ahead,
I
Rosa.
just want to say one thing, and then you can. But also, the reason why the other services like HBO Max and even Apple and uh, Paramount Plus are all sustainable now is because they own 100% of what they put on those services. Netflix
Right.
had to spend money getting those rights,
Yeah.
and then those rights sometimes don't even last that long. Whereas HBO Max, for example, can have it forever because they own it. So, as Bailey said, uh, a part of adapting to the new model is by starting to spend money rather than spend money on content that may not work out well, which we've seen on Netflix. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they're just kind of in a bad position now because I don't think that they had a bad business. I know you guys look at things differently than I do, but I don't think it was a bad business model. I think it made sense for people who didn't understand the internet, which is a very big majority of the older population. So I feel like they definitely knew what they were doing, and also making it easier for parents with children to have more control over how they're using streaming services, right? They
Hmm.
definitely had a good business model. They just didn't execute it 100% how they could have. So I don't think it was a failure, but I think at this point they're a little bit desperate and now they're just becoming who they said they weren't. You know what I mean? Because now they
Yeah.
are becoming these other streaming services. Because if you get HBO or one of those other ones, you or even Disney Plus, let's just say,
Mm.
because Disney Plus I have a little bit of experience with. Um, you get ads in between the shows on Disney Plus. I don't know, it depends maybe on what you're watching, but what I've
I
watched
think,
like old cartoons and I've gotten ads
Mm.
before, during, and after. So it's
wow,
like,
during,
I've never
hey,
gotten it.
yeah,
I haven't
Oh,
gotten
that's
during.
weird.
yeah,
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah,
Um,
Hmm.
but you do bring up a good point there, Wine Mom, and something I would agree that I had noticed about Netflix is you got to give them the credit that they cornered the market of boomers and people transitioning from television, right?
Yeah.
Like they
yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
did that very effectively, like
Hmm.
replaced user habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's my
I
God.
think when it comes to their future, the issue is they need some sort of way to back up their product outside of just subscription costs, right? So whether that be
Yeah.
leasing out your movies to the other streaming platforms to stream, right? The only reason Xbox can offer a service where they're offering you so many video games for a subscription service is because they've got the infrastructure and other products that they know already bring in a consistent income to back up this loss leader, right? Netflix
Yeah.
is essentially operating with one product that's operating at a loss, and you're kind of
Yes.
gambling that you're just going to retain enough people.
Well,
Game
and
Pass is also operating at a loss too, but yeah, I see
But that's yeah,
yeah,
because they can
what you're
afford it.
saying.
They can afford to
Yeah.
operate Game Pass at a loss, right?
Yeah.
right. Well, I think
It's
I think
true.
also Netflix needs to consider because like they do have some of the most successful original content, right? And I think that they need to also focus on that a little bit too. And weirdly enough, I don't know if you guys would agree, but I think having more foreign content on Netflix is going to improve their numbers and stuff because for me personally, a lot of things you can find them on the internet, but a lot of foreign content which I enjoy, I don't know where to look or what to look for. And it's convenient when I watch foreign content on Netflix because the subtitles are there, the dubbing is there. I don't have to look for these titles because they're going to give me a selection of titles. Where it's like if I was just to go on Google and be like, foreign show, it would be very hard for me to find something that I'd want to watch. Again, and this also has to do with like the intuitive system that Netflix has created, making it easier. Like, not that I'm a boomer, but it's like I'm too lazy to do all of the other stuff because I've just become so attuned to technology. It's easy just to open Netflix and be like, oh, look at this suggestion that I can
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
that's like all the
Yeah.
other things that I like.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, like Netflix has really done a good job at like making it accessible. All
Hmm.
your content is there where people don't care about the superhero stuff can watch
Yeah.
their Stranger Things or whatever ever. So like I think Netflix it has something there, but it didn't do a good job at seeing into the future
Yeah.
because of what other because now people now streaming wars are here now. They are competing with these better ones. So Netflix, if they want to save themselves, has to look at their business model, because that's
Yeah.
what's essentially even the content. One of the things I read, one show, the Stranger Thing, each episode is like a couple either a couple billion or a couple million dollars each episode.
Hmm.
Netflix is literally throwing money at anything
30,
that
30
can.
million, 30
30
million.
million. That's even worse than what I imagined. But uh,
I mean,
it,
they should lease the rights to it. It like have people other sites be able to.
do
Sorry.
it. No,
Yeah,
no,
share it.
I agree. Yeah, but Netflix has this thing where like it all needs to be there. Then you can spend a whole bunch of money and then not make it back, not make that money back at all because
Well,
nobody's
and I
watching
also,
the shows.
yeah, I also think they should stop region blocking content too. I think like the fact that because I know there's some legalities before Bailey tells me. I know there's
Yeah.
legalities and rules and regulations about how things work and how they have to do things. But I think region blocking shows, like the fact that you can see certain shows in America and certain shows in Canada, is so fucking irritating because it should just be like Netflix should just open it up because I feel like that would also improve subscriptions because then people would be like, oh, I can watch these things that like also my friends in other places are watching too, and I don't have to like have a VPN to do it or whatever other workaround that I
Yeah,
have to do, you know?
yeah.
You're right,
I
you're right.
feel
And I won't go on a rant. It's just that that's more money and more manpower they got to spend, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but it would get more
HBO.
followers.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
But more
Yeah, no.
Which
deficit.
like I know. But
Yeah.
I know, but still.
And then you got to convince those good old Americans. You got to get someone in Texas to go and watch some of those South Korean dramas I heard about. That's
I'm
not going to
telling you
happen.
right now,
You know
I'm
what,
telling
bro,
you right
dude?
now, if people in America could watch South Park on Netflix, they would be very happy.
Yeah. But
I'm
then
just
on top of
saying.
that, yeah, on top of that, it makes more sense. I see what you're saying, Wine Mom, but like, this is why The Office and a whole bunch of NBC shows are coming off of Netflix because instead of instead of who is it? NBC, I think. Yeah, and NBC paying money to Netflix, they could be like, let's just have our own service, put all
Yeah.
that stuff on there. So I think Comedy Central has their own service, and they can put South Park on there because it's free. It's basically free for these platforms to put their own content on their own services. But Netflix, and then yeah, so Netflix, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I, okay, yeah, okay,
Well,
anyways,
I also feel that all those other services are soon going to fail too, though, because I, as somebody, like,
maybe,
I'm not subscribing to Comedy Network, and I'm not adding another streaming platform to my bills. Like, I'm
yeah,
just not doing that. I'm not doing that. So it's
I
like
think, like,
yeah,
maybe it works right now for the people who care about that, but in the long run, people are not going to want to have 12 different subscription services.
well, that's that we're gonna stop the convo there because then we got the next convo, the next part of the podcast that will help segue good after that. So we'll
okay,
close it off with Wine
good
Mom is
boy,
pessimistic
producing and
about the
hosting.
future. So I
Yeah.
like this. I like this. You're killing it, and you got a good point. So now
One
we're
more,
moving
I
on.
have a point. I'm gonna pitch something to you for the next segment. I'm gonna
Okay.
pitch something to you.
Okay,
Okay, go
so
Billy.
am I the asshole for not letting
Yes.
my girlfriend quit her job? So, my GF 28 and me 30 live together and have been dating for almost 4 years. She recently left a horrible job and now has a medical scheduling job. She has worked 1 week and wants to quit. I'm mad because she has a history of working a job for a little while and wanting to quit. Her reason is that the job is difficult and she makes mistakes. My counterpoint is that everyone makes mistakes, especially when you are starting a new job. The work isn't even that difficult. Just answer a call and assist with scheduling a patient. She wants to quit and do a transcribing gig. I say gig because it's not a job, but more so like signing up for a website and you take calls. At most, she can get $1 for a job, so she can't really earn a lot. Am I the asshole for not supporting her quitting a good paying job?
Um,
I would
I
say
don't
in the way that he
not
has
to,
framed it, yes, but
uh,
conceptually, if you are uncomfortable with your partner like leaving a job, yeah, it's fair to say that's not cool. But if you're just like sitting there saying you gotta quit you can't quit your job because of you just say that it's like a little difficult. Like you could like propose that as like, yo, can we find you a different job, or say like, yo, I don't think that other gig is good enough. But it's kind of a dick move to like force someone to stay in a job. And if you don't
Yeah.
want to be with them, if they want to quit the job and you don't like that, then you dip. Then you're not in a healthy relationship.
Not 4 years in when you live together, though, Bailey.
I
yeah,
guess.
that's
I
But this
guess
is the
the
thing.
comment.
that's a valid
Okay,
comment.
Raza, do you want to give your opinion or do you want me to
No,
go?
it's fine. You can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is another one of those like he is and he isn't the asshole. He's not the asshole because it's not unfair to want your partner to keep a good paying job when you both have to pay bills for the same place that you're living in, because it's obviously going to be a significant burden on the other person if that person quits their, if the girlfriend quits the job. But he's an asshole because if somebody's unhappy, because this is the thing, like if someone's unhappy at their job, you kind of have to be empathetic to that, like specifically as a partner, you have to be empathetic to that. I think maybe the approach of like disregarding the fact that she wants to do the transcribing job and disregarding that as like not good enough is kind of shitty behavior. I think that this is a conversation that he should be having not with the internet. He should be having with her. And I think the reality of this situation is that when you get into it, because this is a thing that a lot of people don't consider when they get into relationships, right? And especially, not even just the relationship, when you move in with someone, you've now signed yourself up to be responsible for those bills, 50-50 or not. If your partner can no longer work, what if it was a situation that the partner could no longer work because something other than not liking the job? You are now responsible for those bills as a team, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's okay to be upset that your partner wants to leave a good paying job, but also, like I said, that you need to have the conversation together, such as like, can we look for something else? Can this transcribing job be temporary? Can you guarantee that you're going to pay 50% of your, what you need to pay in order to keep us afloat? Because it's like, if she wants to quit the job and she's going to continue to pay her 50% of the bills, none of your business. Let her do it.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
it's going to cause a significant financial burden to your relationship, then that's when there needs to be a serious discussion about like, how are we going to make this work together as a team?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, most of the comments on that thread were saying it's like kind of a unrealistic, because like if he's going to be supporting the entire relationship because she isn't comfortable with a job, it's kind of like setting it up for a disaster.
Well, this is a thing, right? I don't know the dynamics of their relationship, right? This could be because he's making it sound as if this is a trend of hers to like when she just doesn't want to do something, she puts the burden on him and quits the job. If that's the case, then the relationship needs to be that you don't live together, because obviously that person can't keep their 50% coming, right? But if this is like, she's in a transition period, maybe there's something going on, she's trying to figure her shit out, and, she's at least trying to, because I feel like it would be one thing if she was like, I'm quitting, I hate this job, and she had no other prospects or other ideas or options or ways to make some form of income. But the fact that she's like, okay, I want to quit this job because I need to get out of it now because I'm unhappy, regardless of, because I get the whole like mistake thing and being like, everybody makes mistakes, because yes, everybody makes mistakes. But if she's making mistakes so much so that it's causing her extreme discomfort and she's unable to function in the job, then like you're doing the job a disservice as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like the fact that she came to him and said, I want to quit this job, but I'm going to do this transcribing thing too. It's like you can accept that as like at least she's going to do something, and then when the
Yeah.
time comes, she'll find something better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
oh no, sorry, Raza, did you give your thoughts? Sorry. Get in
Uh,
there. Get in there.
it's like you need to like have a conversation with her. Be like, hey,
Right.
this is what you need to do.
Exactly. I just think like it's not like she's like I'm quitting and I'm just gonna stay at home all day and do nothing. She's like I'm quitting, but I'm also gonna make this concerted effort to like have this other job to make income in the meantime. Because again, we don't know her side of the story. This is the one problem with Am I the Assholes is we only get one aspect of the story, right? And she may have full intentions to get another job, and he might just be venting and being a little piss baby, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
That
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
something
So,
that would
rule of
be.
the day is don't be a piss baby to your partner. Okay. You
Yeah.
have to
Oh,
leave one lesson: is we don't want no piss baby partners. All right. So,
no
No.
urine.
back to talking about Netflix. Speaking of piss babies. Um, so Wine Mom, you
Yeah.
left
Oh,
off the
yeah.
note that you think the other streaming platforms are gonna fail, right?
Yeah.
So with Netflix's downfall, and you're seeing the streaming landscape already change a lot, right?
Yeah.
Did blah 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 blah.
You got quiet for too long. It made me nervous. I thought I
No,
should
Yeah,
I'm
same
say
here.
something.
my throat. I was choking up there. I won't lie. That was the cold
Fucking
Okay.
kicking in.
Rona, I swear to God,
So,
stop killing
did
our homies.
Please.
Netflix need to like quote unquote rise and fall for us to get better stuff, right? Or
Hmm.
if not, what do you see as like the next thing? What do you see coming up next? If you think things are failing, then what do you think's going to happen? You think Netflix going to be pumping out more shows? Do you think it's going to go back? Everyone's going to buy a cable box all of a sudden and watch TV again?
Well, I think that Android boxes are definitely going to become more popular again. Because that's kind of like the OG Netflix was having a fucking Android box.
Yeah, I have one.
Um, but I think people are just gonna they're just gonna use their hillbilly ingenuity and figure it out, right? That's kind of
Yeah.
what we do as people. They're gonna find another place to go. But I don't think that Netflix needed to rise and fall for us to get better things. Because I think like regardless of whether Netflix fails or not, I think it's just the natural progression of just like technology and entertainment and how we consume TV and media, right? Because you think about it, like books didn't have to rise and fail
Okay.
before we started to have TV, right? Like,
So then the secondary point that Raza has
mhm.
written here, right? You're saying that. Now, did Netflix have to happen so that we can be introduced to content without ads, though?
I think it
Right?
was inevitably going to happen. That
Yeah.
eventually people are going to be like, we're fucking tired of these stupid ads. We get
Yeah.
them all the time. It's enough. I don't want it when I'm watching TV.
And I think YouTube was the one that sort of like
Pioneered
carved
that.
pioneered it because people are
Yeah.
watching more and that's the reason why there's ads on YouTube now is because the company saw we weren't spending time watching TV now. We were watching our favorite vloggers and they're like let's just move ads there. So I
Yeah.
think I think ads are inevitable no matter where it is regardless
Hmm.
if you, and because we live in this capitalist utopia. Everybody's got to make that bread. Um, so I think that like ads are inevitable,
Yeah.
even regardless if we pay for it or not.
Here's the
It-
thing.
yeah.
Sorry, finish your part. Finish your
No, it's
point.
okay. Go, go,
Are
go.
you sure you're done?
I am 100% done. Yeah.
Okay. I think that advertising is going to get smarter, I think is what's going to happen. Because
Yeah.
we've always had subtle advertisements, such as like in movies, right? Certain companies will pay to have their products displayed. I think that companies are going to kind of almost in a way go backwards, because I remember back in the day when we would get ads for like Coca-Cola and stuff like that. They did them like little mini movies, right? And I think
Yeah.
now companies are going to be like, okay, well, we can't just traditionally sell commercial to people anymore because they click off, they don't care, they ignore it, it's annoying for them, right? But maybe if we make it entertaining, then we'll have something here, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's already been happening. That's Red Bull. That's Red Bull's entire brand, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, because I think we're gonna probably start getting like short stories that are commercials. Because, and I say this because on TikTok, I know how much you guys love me referencing TikTok. On TikTok, there is a content creator who creates commercials for random things. Like, she made a commercial for a crumb, like literally a toast crumb. So I think it's like ab- companies are going to get more intelligent about how they're doing their ads, and they're going to, instead of it just being like, oh, here's an ad before you watch this YouTube video, it's going to be like, here's our product being demoed exclusively in this like movie that you're watching, which will make you be like, oh, that's so cool, I want this. Because that's what they did on YouTube when they started doing sponsorships. I think sponsorships are the thing that's going to become a lot more popular, and it's cheaper,
I
way
feel
cheaper
like
for
you're
companies to do that.
I feel like you're sort of right in some ways, especially when you're looking at like the Lego movie, right? They're going to start spending
Mm-hmm.
big budget artistic concepts in order to sell their products,
See,
right?
like,
But
I didn't even think about the Lego movies because, yeah, people that's, you're selling Lego in a movie, and but you're
Damn
also
right.
reminding people that you can buy Lego.
Damn right.
yeah, exactly.
Fucking love
So like I don't
Lego.
think you're wrong there. I think in addition though it's just such a heavy influence on it. It will be just it's so much more influencer marketing, right? I don't think it will be as big of a deal to have the character drinking a Pepsi as if my fucking whatever my favorite streamer is Aqua is drinking Pepsi all the time, right? Isn't it going to be like that would be more effective and influential to the kids and the buying audiences because we know they're already watching these streams and these influencers willing to spend money. If I'm seeing them with the product, it's kind of like
Well,
easy.
yeah, exactly.
But
That's what I'm saying. Like, companies are going to start realizing that it's more of a, like, I think sponsorships are going to become more popular, of course,
yeah,
but I also think that they're going to get smarter about like movies and TV. They're going to start implementing their products differently
Yeah.
than they used to
Like
in movies and
Sony.
TV.
Yeah. Like Sony and Microsoft are testing ads in their free to play games. So
mm-hmm.
it's like I feel like they're going to go towards everything that doesn't require the consumer to pay money because it
Well,
makes sense.
right. But I mean, like, as somebody, like, I'm a consumer, right?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the things that I consume, like if I'm buying products or I'm buying like let's just say clothing, for instance, right?
Mhm.
When I'm buying clothes and stuff, it's usually after I've watched a movie or a TV show or something where I'm like, oh, I really liked that sweater. And it's like, I'll go and buy something similar to that, or I'll try and make it. But most of the time, I'll buy something similar to what I see on TV. And it's like, that's covert marketing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Subliminal.
Like,
So
vintage shops become significantly more popular because of the way that media is done now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So
Sorry,
to bring
Bailey.
Yeah.
around, I was gonna say, so all in all, you do make a good point about like curating the content and curating the products, right? So when we're talking
Yeah.
about streaming, like something I think that's going to happen, and as you're saying, you like the convenience of it just being Netflix, and you always open Netflix. Like what I think
Yeah.
is going to happen as this market gets more crazy is there's Comedy Central, there's HBO, there's this. It's gonna go full circle. It's gonna be like cable packages again, kind of.
I was
I
gonna
think you're gonna
just
Stop
thinking
sign up
that.
for
Stop
distributors.
Yeah.
stealing my pitch idea. Bailey.
What?
All right,
It's
this is
it's a
my
good
idea.
idea.
How did I
It's a
steal
good
the
idea.
idea?
My pitch was just like, because Wine Mom was saying, oh, she doesn't want to pay for HBO Max, Disney Plus, all those other things. But what if you could consolidate all those services to one thing called like an app? Let's say Raza app. Just go through the Raza app, and you could pay one monthly sum for everything. So it would be like
15
60,
shekels.
15 shekels a month.
I
That's
mean,
a lot of
if I
shekels.
can pay, if Netflix was like, we're gonna charge you $5 more a month, but you're also gonna have access to these 4 other streaming services, of course.
I'm talking
If it's
about everything.
all on one app,
Yeah, you
though,
would
like
pay for the cable
I don't
plan.
want to have to. Yeah, no, I don't want it to be like when you buy a cable package and you got to go through like if you want to watch things on TV, you got to go to different channels. No, no, no. I want it all in one intuitive space.
That's how it's going.
Yeah,
It's
That's
that's
where
what
I
I
exactly
think it's
want.
going to be.
that's where it was going.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
now,
not subscribing to multiple things. I'm just not doing
if
that.
you,
I'm not stretching myself.
yeah, well, we literally just got HBO Max as I'm talking about this, but as um, if you go on Amazon Prime, right? Oh, it's all free. Is it?
No,
Because
it's
there's
not. Amazon Prime is
channels.
the worst.
There's channels. Yeah, it's the worst because then you gotta pay for those channels,
Amazon Prime is a scam.
but not Twitch, not Jeff Bezos, not
Yeah,
Amazon,
no, but
no,
not Daddy
no,
Bezos. Daddy Bezos
not Daddy
works. He
Bezos.
treats us good. I
Listen,
like Daddy Bezos.
no, hold on.
Yeah, me too.
All of it is listen, it's all a scam, but Amazon Prime, like the Amazon TV part of Prime, is the biggest scam ever.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah.
Literally the biggest scam ever. You cannot watch anything. Everything has to be rented. It's literally why am I paying a Prime subscription to watch cartoons that are so fucking old or your shitty originals, but I can't even watch a movie that's not available on Netflix. I have to rent it
Well,
from you.
well,
No.
one at least you get same day shipping.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
No. No.
No, I was gonna make a joke that's too extreme.
It's a
Let's not go there.
scam. It's a scam.
Unionization. No, but like, yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Amazon is kind of whack. Uh, because it's like, I remember my dad has it now, and he was hyping up Amazon Music. Like, I think
Oh,
Audible
Oh,
Mr. Malik. No.
is is great. No, trust me. I turned him on to Torrents, Spotify. I mean,
Good.
uh, but I was gonna say like Audible is great. I like Audible. But like
Yeah.
Amazon in general is like the a blueprint of how not to do things. If you want to see
Yeah.
how bad Netflix is, Amazon takes
it's so
the
hard to
cake. 'Cause
navigate. So then, pop quiz to end out the episode. I want to know
no,
what do you think is the worst one? What do you think the worst one is? What's the worst?
Amazon
Worst you
Prime.
would
I
get?
just said
Amazon
that.
Prime, yeah,
Yeah, we're all
Wholeheartedly.
on board there. We're all on
yeah.
board.
What's the
Bailey.
best one though?
I'm not really. I
Why
kind
do
of hate
I
Hulu more. Hulu felt awkward, bro.
why do I have to pay for a subscription
Yeah.
service to also then pay you to watch stuff? No. No.
You're right.
That's
Wait,
trash.
hold on, hold, hold on, Bailey. You've Hulu?
I've used Hulu in the past, and then I got turned
Oh,
off of it because the user interface was uncomfortable.
I thought it was only available in the States.
Yeah, you got workarounds, bro.
I've been trying to watch Handmaid's
VPN.
Tale without ads.
VPNs. But in all
Okay.
honesty, though, it's just don't ask me to pay a monthly subscription to then be allowed to rent things from you because that's bullshit, and you can go suck a nut.
Yeah, go suck Jeff Bezos' bald ass forehead.
Yeah, you jerkwad.
Yeah. Sorry, Daddy Jeff.
No, I'm not sorry. I mean it
Don't
wholeheartedly.
dox me, Daddy Jeff.
Um,
Listen,
Take me to the moon.
Yeah, Daddy,
No.
take me to the moon with you. We want to go into space for 0.5 seconds. Please, Daddy.
You guys are
Please.
nightmares.
So I got Raza's tweet ready here, and then we'll close out for the day. I got another epic tweet of the week.
All
for us,
right.
so I have to throw
Epic
it on screen.
tweet time. We should have a theme song.
I'm gonna start doing more production here, so don't you worry. And thank you, listeners, for bearing with me, because the episodes will get prettier. But so Raza has it on screen. His tweet is, "Being called boss by another man can be so beautiful."
I can relate to that.
That's literally the
Is that-
cringiest thing ever.
That was a little
Because
cringe.
Shut
You
the
like
fuck
being
up, Bailey.
you like being
Shut-
called boss by somebody?
At
I think
Superstore.
Raza just revealed his K word.
Yeah.
At Superstore, when I worked there for about a year and a half, literally that's all that they would call you. It wouldn't even call you your own name.
Hey boss.
It's like
How you doing, boss? Are you good, boss? What's up, boss?
How's it going, boss? The boss has just come in.
Oh, boss.
Hey, boss, something like that. What's good, boss? To me, it was a sign of like at start, I'd be like, yeah, it's cringe. But then, as time went on, I'd be like, okay, it's a sign of brotherhood, camaraderie
I think it was
Uh,
just being included.
included. And then I would make. But the only issue I had with that was like, yo, don't call me boss outside of work, or I will kill you.
All right,
God.
boss.
You
so-
set yourself up for that, bro.
I had to. I got to poke the bear. Wine Mom, you've been doing a great
Poking
job.
something else.
It's our first week back after taking a week's breather so we could be human. You
Yes.
give them the most appealing pitch possible. Please and thank you.
Okay,
What you
so you have now listened to this on your streaming app, and we're currently live. And if you watch us live, you get to hang out with us after the show, where I talk the most shit to Bailey, and it gets fun. So come and do that, and then you can also talk shit to Bailey live.
Or talk shit
Okay.
about Bailey.
No, just to him. Talk shit
Yeah.
to Bailey because he deserves all the shit talk.
Or
Live.
as our audience is now prescribing, they will start calling Raza just boss. So shout out gamer in the chat.
Exactly.
You know what, bro? That's a flex. I'm a boss.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean, you
kids.
just don't want to miss out on the fun, okay? Don't miss out on the fun.
Never miss out on the fun. We'll be right back.
Mhm.
We're putting the outro on. Come hang out with us after. We're just gonna be chilling. See y'all soon.
Thank you again for watching us badly talk about these topics.
You can follow us on Twitch, Marching Into Madness, all one word, no space. On the gram, marching_into_madness, and on Patreon at patreon.com/marchingintomadness. And again on Le Discord at Marching Into Madness.
Join us, and Bailey will pay you 10 whole Canadian dollars.
You can follow Whitey over at gnarly_media on the Insta. You must definitely follow the life of our whole podcast, Wine Mom, at X Wine Mom X, because the year's 2002, and we still have the X in our names. And me, your favorite brown boy, at _R.R Malik_.
Thank you for the third time. We love you. Drink some milk and be healthy.
Remember, kids, say no to school and yes to
It's like such bad advice. It's like, here we put this well-formulated podcast together with good insight on facts and truth and political points and social issues. Don't go to school, dude.
Oh, God.
Bailey listens to
Motherfucker
me.
shouldn't be near school after saying that.
It's like Bailey listens to me say the sentence and he goes, maybe I should say my sentence now.